And welcome to League of DFS Episode 9. My name is Chris Chung, Prime Time, as you all may know me. We are back again to break down daily fantasy sports of League of Legends. And today we're going to break down what happened here on the Sunday slate and then look forward what has happening in the Monday slate. I'm going to try to give you a sense of what the cash game or maybe the field will be thinking of going, and hopefully you'll be able to build a winning lineup by yourself. So let's get down to it. Today was a terrible day for me. I did not win a single contest, and my only issue, the biggest problem is that I've fell into the really sucky part of substitution, which happens in MSI. For some, it may be lucky to hear the news before the game locked, but I did not get any sense that Fanatics was going to sub out Buipo for Soaz in their first game. Unlike what Ole did a couple of days ago, where he did announce it early and we knew the substitution was coming, we did not get any sense of that with Fanatics this morning. That really killed me, because taking a 0 in DFS, in League of Legends DFS, is a killer to your lineup, regardless of how sound your lineup looks like. Some people manage to win if they have a lucky stack or really play in an unusual way, but 95% of the time, I'm going to say you're going to be on the losing end, regardless of how great the rest of your lineup stands. So let's break it down. Let's break down today. So the surprising thing that happens, it seems to happen every single day, is that there is a upset happening. And for me, I did not anticipate this upset. I thought Team Liquid has lost all its hope, lost all its confidence, but they are really just still fighting. They still have a chance, believe it or not. They may be 1-5. But getting into the last spot, they need to just tie with the 4th place, and then they get to play a tiebreaker. So they're really not out of it yet, but it's getting very close to the point where they might not be able to catch up. Still, they're fighting, they're putting their efforts in, they're really showing some heart. They are in a critical situation after today. Now, having said that, that's why stacking RNG really just killed the rest of my lineup, because I have a 5-man Evo stack, and that is where most people went. 5-man Evos. That's the cash, and that's sound. People pick the right stack, because you want the most of the points you're always going to get against playing against Evos. And now everyone knows that by now. People knew that after day 2. So in any cash build going forward for yourself, stack against Evos. Whether it's 4-man stack, 5-man stack, you figure it out. It should get you to at least hit in the cash games. But to work yourself into GPP, you of course have to be a bit more creative than that. Fanatics took a 0. I took a 0 from Buipo. But the rest of Fanatics did amazingly well against Evos. Again, Royal Never Give Up is a volatile team. I don't know what to expect from them from game to game. They might be the best GPP play or the worst GPP play of the day. And you'll get that from them for the rest of this MSI slates. So keep that in mind when you have to think about stacking Royal Never Give Up. These Chinese people, my people, really are killing my bankroll for the most part. So that's slate 1. Now, reacting to that, I woke up to seeing, Soaz was playing. So my thought was, I need to play Soaz in the second slate for my cash game. Nope. Fanatics decide to take him out. Doesn't really help my cause much. Again, I could not cash. I finished dead last in some of the cash, because not only did Fnatic lose, I picked the losing stack. I did not have enough Flash Wolves in my second slate, even though I was very much hammering the fact that I needed 5 Flash Wolves to help me. So that is my fault. I thought I overthought this one. I thought I had way too much cash on my lineup and that I wanted to differentiate a little. I will not make that mistake anymore. And just when I say this, Evos will upset me tomorrow with one of their games. I guarantee you that, because the DFS gods are pissed with me for some reason, and I need to make penitence. In other news, seeing Kingzone lose to Flash Wolves has really solidified themselves as the best team of MSI. No questions asked. They're 6-0. They've locked themselves into the semifinals. They want the first seed. Of course, they still have something to play for, so they're still motivated. Their upcoming games are not really difficult in a sense. So what will happen going into Monday slate is that people will stack Flash Wolves against any team that is stacked against Evos. And Flash Wolves is neither the most expensive teams on slate 1 or slate 2, which you can anticipate that Flash Wolves will be the most owned stack for the slate, for both slates. Now, there is a chance that you could think about stacking Fanatics, because that might actually be their toughest matchup of this rest of the slates aside from Kingzone. But they've shown that they are able to rout Kingzone with no issues. They've won convincingly against most teams by now. I think Fanatics will be their toughest opponent, and there is a chance for an upset. That might be a way you want to go for GPP. But if you are thinking safe floor, stack your Team Liquid, stack your Flash Wolves. Understandably, Team Liquid did lose to Evos the first time around, but that they still put up score, a okay medium floor kind of score. Losing is never a great team you want to stack with, but I can't recommend any more safer than going with any team against Evos. And Team Liquid, like I said, still has a chance, just like Evos still has a chance to sneak into the last place if things fall their way. They need to win their next couple of games and hope the fourth place team, whether it's Fnatic, whether it's Royal Never Give Up, drop their next 2 games, and then they have this situation where they can have a chance to play in this sudden death. So every team still have something to play for. Don't just be discouraged by their records. Will Evo show up? Maybe. And maybe that is the other GPP stack that you might think of, stacking Evos and stacking Flash Wolves. Those are some of the ideas that I'm going to bounce around with you for GPP kind of build. I don't know if I can go to a Fnatic Evo stack. And now that I say that out loud, the gears are churning. I will not. I will stay away from that. The best I will do is probably throw it into the quarter arcade and pray for the best. So that means when ownerships are going to be stacked on Team Liquid and Flash Wolves, there will be nobody paying attention to Kingzone and Royal Never Give Up. Understandably, Kingzone is the most expensive priced team on the slate, so you will have very few ownership in that, and maybe that is the pivot that you could think about doing to go with a Team Liquid, to go with a Flash Wolves. I'm not sure that you can fully stack both teams as they are the favorites of the slate. So, my idea, I will play Maple, I will play Double Lift, because Double Lift did do well against Evos. The stack, I have enough salary in this slate. I have enough salary to play Betty, but then I'll have to really, really dig hard for a punt at either the second flex position or at the team position. But at this time, I think I will be able to play Betty and still come away with a comfortable lineup for my second flex. This is how I'll be building, and if this past few days are any indication, you might just go opposite of me and you will cash. I mean, like I said, the DFS gods hate. This is where my cash will be going. The salary seems to fit well. You might think about switching out Impact for Hanabi and playing around with that, because that's a good way to go too, just in case Evos pull an upset. You might not want to be too overweight on Team Liquid. So that is for slate 1. Let's look at slate 2. So this is an interesting matchup. We have Royal Never Give Up against Flash Wolves, Kingzone against Evos, Team Liquid against Fnatic. Now, Kingzone naturally will be the highest, most expensive team of the slate, and easily you can see why they're playing against Evos. If we look at the team slot, the salaries are not as far apart, which is fantastic. The thing that we're focusing right now is Royal Never Give Up is priced higher than Flash Wolves. That might be a product of Bovada, the money betting line that opened, where Royal Never Give Up and Flash Wolves are even in the money line. Both are in negatives, meaning both have the potential to win this game, and bettors don't know which way to go. Surprising to a lot of us who've actually watched this game and knowing that Evos is clearly the better looking team right now, but this is worth paying attention to. This is not a situation where only DraftKings has a different pricing than what the betting line shows. I don't know. I think contrarian. I think actually for GPP, you might want to think about stacking Royal Never Give Up to play against, to stack the Royal Never Give Up with perhaps Fanatics. But for cash, I just cannot recommend that. The salary, again, is not that tight. So I was able to stack in a couple of Flash Wolves with King Zone, just because Flash Wolves is priced as an underdog. But as you can see here, King Zone is clearly the favorite. You want a piece of them. They'll be playing against a weaker team like Evos. I think this will be a popular way where the field will go. So that gives you an idea of how you can be a little bit contrarian, or try to just have a unique build if you just go away from King Zone maybe. The real tough game for me to really set apart, like tell who the winner is between Team Liquid and Fanatics. At the end of the day, I think Flash Wolves will win their game, King Zone will win their game, and Fanatics will win their game. So that is the way I'll be looking to work my lineup in. All right. So that's it for the Monday slate. I'll be back for the Tuesday slate on Monday nights. If you have any feedback for this episode, please continue to hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on GroupMe if you want to join our GroupMe. I also am in the FSI group Slack, which is run by. Let me find out who it's run by, and I'll get you. If you want to be part of it, just feel free to hit them up and see if they are willing to invite you in. It's a free chat room where we bounce off ideas for esports, and they have also other DFS sports on there as well, where you can give a paid service. But esports is free for everyone. So let me see. The owner of this is #DFS on Twitter. He is DFS_Rickchack, RICHAC1. So he owns the Slack. I've been invited to it. Just having fun there, trying to bounce ideas with some people, and they give out some betting odds too if you're into that. But DFS is not a betting sport. It's not gambling. It really is a game of skill. You know, if you're a senator or whoever asks, it's a game of skill. It's not gambling. So if you want to head in there, again, hit those people up. I'm also trying to see if I can have more engagement on the Reddit server, but I don't know which channel lets me post DFS content. I know they had shut down a previous one because they did not want to be associated with DFS materials. If you guys like Reddit, maybe help me build a Reddit community, and I can post all my ideas. I can post all the stuff on there and share all the news that I hear from analysts, from other smart people on Reddit who can give you the breakdown of games and just give you a good sense of what's going on in the League of Legends world. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching episode 9 with me. Hopefully we'll be back on the winning track tomorrow, and we'll finish strong with MSI. Then we have Rift Rivals to look forward to before we hit the summer slate. Have a good night, and hope you continue to sharpen your process and continue being part of this sport, this DFS sport.